Another athlete publicly bringing up LeBron James and steroids. And this time it's not just some random troll online again, not just a fan in the comment section, and not even just an NBA rival throwing a subtle jab. This time it's former NFL player Korey Toomer flat out saying it.
Another day feels different. A former NFL player just said what a lot of people have been thinking but never actually said out loud. And now, the internet is going crazy. No proof. No filter. Just straight up accusations. And the wildest part? People aren't even shocked anymore. That might be the craziest thing about all of this. So now the question is, are these steroid claims about LeBron James actually getting serious? Or is this just another loud opinion that'll disappear in a few days?
Another loud opinion.
Weekend now thinking about just a meniscus tear.
Jerry's a true legend.
Hey, that brings me to another thing. LeBron on steroids.
Yep. All right, here we go again. Another athlete stepping forward and throwing a major accusation at LeBron James. This time, it's Korey Toomer. And unlike random comments online, this is coming from someone who actually played professional sports. Now let's be clear, there is zero proof. No failed drug tests. No official reports. Nothing confirmed. But that hasn't slowed the conversation down. If anything, it's made it louder. Because Toomer didn't hint at it. He didn't joke. He said it directly.
Can you at least elaborate?
Yeah, give me some context.
Just
How old is LeBron? What was just talking about? At 35, Jerry Rice did what? He
tore his ACL,
right? And still played?
He plays
LeBron,
football.
how old?
40. Playing basketball.
He don't even play all the games.
Now, we done had some pickup games. I'm 37, we done had some pickup games. After them pickup games, I'm hurting, bro. Like bad.
But just think though, bro.
He's on something.
But just think. Just think.
He do that every
He's on
He
steroids.
basically looked at LeBron's age, his performance, and said, yeah, something about this isn't normal. And here's the part that really caught people off guard. The people around him didn't push back. They didn't shut it down. They laughed. They agreed. They went along with it. Almost like they were saying, why not?
He's on him. Peptides.
I don't doubt it.
He's on him. They're letting him get away with it.
Why not?
Argue. They're
Why
letting
not?
him get away with taking steroids.
Why wouldn't we?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
Why wouldn't we?
Don't get mad at me for saying
All the money he's brought in the league, screw it. Let him do it.
Yeah, let him do it. I don't care.
Creatine.
Let him do it. I don't
coffee.
What?
It could be creatine and coffee.
And peptides.
Now think about that
that for a second. We've gone from debating whether something is true to people acting like it doesn't even matter anymore. And that's where this whole situation starts to feel uncomfortable. Because now it's not just about LeBron James. It's about standards. Or maybe the lack of them.
Or the lack of them.
As you can hear them saying that it doesn't matter that the NBA is letting them get away with it. It doesn't matter that that's happening. It doesn't matter he's potentially using. Because of all the money that he brought into the league. It's all money driven. It's all marketing driven. And as long as he is the center of the story and the media, look at since AR and Luka went down, look at all the pro LeBron stories coming out on ESPN and all the major sports networks that have deals with the NBA.
Now let's talk about why this keeps coming up.
Now let's talk about why this topic keeps coming back. LeBron is still performing at an elite level at an age where most players are slowing down. That's not normal. It's rare. And in sports, whenever something is rare, people start asking questions. Fair or not, that's just how it goes. Now add this. He hasn't just done it for one season. Not just one comeback. We're talking about years of staying at the top. And when that happens, people start connecting dots. Sometimes those dots are real. And sometimes they're not. But either way, the conversation keeps growing.
if the world understood what LeBron did, like other basketball players will hear what LeBron does and go, well, yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? It's like a baseball player and you're hitting a stick out of the way. It doesn't matter. It's like, no. If you knew what these performance enhancers did, then you would know why it does matter.
What do you think he's
there's
doing?
only one, we have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing. But there's only one golfer.
Please tell.
There's only one golfer. I'm not going to, but there's only one golfer that follows the big three. The big three is EPO, growth hormone, testosterone. That's the Lance Armstrong diet. There's one golfer, but it's Tiger Woods. Like, yes, it does matter. People will say it all the time. It doesn't matter. John Daly won it. It's like, it matters. Trust me that it matters. EPO matters. It's the reason LeBron takes it. It matters. And if other basketballers understood what it did, EPO increases your red blood cells, which gives you endurance so you can play all game long. You can shoot in the fourth
More
quarter
red blood
just like
cells,
you
more
shot in the
oxygen
fourth
in your
minute.
red blood
Yes.
cells. Okay,
Yes.
got you.
It's the king of performance enhancers.
And this
Chael
isn't
Sonnen-
even the first time we've heard something like this. Chael Sonnen made a very strong claim before going as far as mentioning specific substances. Jeff Teague joked about it, but then quickly backed off, which only made people more curious.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Browns.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this
Man.
Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat Bron was,
I ain't gonna lie.
he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Now I give you
Like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly. But like he had to sit out. Bro, y'all remember when they told him like they
There
gonna
goes the
start?
Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
Nah.
But they was like he got everybody. They started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though, bro.
That might have been the best Bron, bro.
And even Kevin Garnett has made comments that weren't exactly subtle. Nothing directly confirmed, but enough to keep the conversation alive. And that's the pattern here. No proof. No official action. But just enough noise to make people keep asking questions.
Subtle.
Switch on the pick and roll, yeah.
Let's go.
Right. Bust your ass. You got me fucked up, Dad. Ha! On last. Right. Come here, let me get it. You know, Brian go back his look. Come here, bring your look.
Right.
I want to see it.
Right.
I want to see that. Right. Bronny get a bucket on Brian right now?
Yeah, he can get a bucket on
No
Brian
way.
right now.
Nope.
Yeah, he can get a bucket.
No way. Nope.
Nah, he can get a bucket on
Brian
his dad right
averaging
now.
25.
No, I didn't say he ain't. I don't care what he's doing, but he ain't sliding, playing at that all defensive level.
25. Nah. Lord, 25. You still, Lord, he dunking? He's still dunking the ball with.
I'm saying that Bronny can get a bucket on Bron.
I'm saying he can't. One rollout, get a bucket.
3 dribbles?
No way. I'm talking
he
about.
can get a bucket on him.
No.
Man, come on. That little dude explosive, bro.
He is,
He
but
got
you seen
Bron.
his dad? His dad on that
Yeah,
balcony.
but
he on that new
he
juice.
ain't
that
sliding like he used to.
Yeah, bro.
He ain't sliding like it's
And then you've got Shaquille O'Neal throwing in jokes that sound a little too specific. At first, it feels like humor. But when you stack it with everything else people have said, it stops feeling random and starts looking like a pattern. And that's exactly why this story refuses to die. Now here's the truth. A pattern of comments is not proof. But it is enough to keep people talking. And in today's world, talking is all you need to build a narrative. Now let's add another layer to this money. Because this is where things get even more interesting. LeBron James isn't just a basketball player. He's a business. A massive one. He brings in attention, ratings, sponsorships, millions and millions of dollars. So when Korey Toomer and others say things like, they're letting him get away with it, they're not just talking about basketball anymore. They're hinting at something bigger. The idea that the league benefits from his success. Now again, no proof. But the idea alone? That's enough to make people start questioning everything. And once people start questioning, it doesn't stop. Let's be honest for a second. Most fans don't actually want answers. They want entertainment. And as long as LeBron keeps performing at this level, a lot of people are perfectly fine with it. That's the truth nobody really says out loud. Because if people truly cared that much, this conversation would be happening in official spaces. Instead, it lives in podcasts, interviews, and online debates. And here's where the sarcasm kicks in. People will scream about fairness, integrity, and rules. Until it's their favorite player. Then suddenly, it's just part of the game. Convenient, right? Now let's talk about LeBron's side. He has never failed a drug test. He has never been officially linked to any confirmed violation. And that matters a lot. Because at the end of the day, accusations without proof are still just accusations. But here's the catch. When you're this famous, this dominant, and this consistent for this long, people don't need proof to start talking. They just need something that feels unusual. And LeBron's career? It definitely feels unusual. Now let's go back to Korey Toomer. Because his comments weren't just about LeBron. They were about the reaction. The idea that people might suspect something and still not care. And honestly, that part hit harder than the accusation itself. Because it suggests something has changed. This isn't about is it true? It's about, does it even matter anymore? Now step back and look at the bigger picture. LeBron James already has one of the greatest careers ever. Championships, records, longevity. So when accusations like this come up, they don't just question the present. They make people look back at everything. His career has always been built on two things: dominance and durability. He doesn't just play great. He lasts longer than almost everyone else. Seasons pass. Players decline. Injuries take over. And somehow, he's still there. Still producing. Still leading. In another era, we'd just call that greatness. But today? Greatness often comes with suspicion. That's the trade-off. Now, to be fair, someone like Korey Toomer has been inside professional sports. He understands training, recovery, what the human body usually looks like at a certain age. So when he says, "This doesn't look normal," it carries more weight than a random comment online. Still not proof. But not something people ignore either. Now let's talk about something else people notice. Silence. LeBron doesn't respond to any of this. No statements. No interviews. No direct replies. Nothing. You could say that's smart. Why give attention to rumors? But at the same time, silence leaves space. And when there's space, people fill it with their own opinions. And those opinions aren't always fair. Now bring in the media. Because media loves stories like this. Big name. Serious claim. No clear answer. That's perfect for debates. So even when nothing new happens, the story keeps coming back. Different voices. Same conversation. Over and over again. And here's the irony. The same media that builds LeBron up also benefits from tearing him down. One day, he's the greatest ever. Next day, people are questioning how he's doing it. Both sides get views. Both sides get attention. So the cycle never stops. Now let's talk about fairness. Because this is where people split. Some fans say, it's wrong to even bring this up without proof. And honestly, that's a strong argument. These are serious accusations. But others say, in sports, if something looks unusual, it's fair to question it. Especially in an era where we've seen real cases of banned substances. So now you've got two sides. One saying respect the player. The other saying question everything. And neither side is going anywhere. Now think about LeBron's image. For years, he's been seen as one of the most disciplined athletes ever. Diet, training, recovery, Everything controlled. Everything calculated. That's part of his brand. But here's the problem. When everything looks too perfect. Here's the sarcastic truth. If LeBron slowed down like everyone else, nobody would say a thing. But because he didn't, now it's suspicious. So basically, being too good becomes the problem. Let's be clear one more time. There is still no confirmed evidence. No failed tests. No official violations. Without that, everything else is just talk. And talk is not proof. But talk does something powerful. It shapes opinions. And opinions? They shape legacy. Even if nothing is ever proven. These conversations don't disappear. They stay in the background. They show up in debates. They get mentioned in comparisons. Not the main story. But always there. So ask yourself this. Does it actually change what LeBron has done? For some people, no. For others, yes. And that difference? That's what keeps this topic alive. At the end of the day, Korey Toomer didn't start this conversation. He just added fuel to it. And that's what keeps happening. New voices. Same fire. Final reality? LeBron James will be judged on everything. Stats. Wins. Impact. And yes, even controversies. That's what comes with being at the top for this long. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway here. This conversation says just as much about sports culture as it does about one player. Because in today's world, admiration can quickly turn into suspicion. Success can turn into doubt. And narratives can grow, even without proof. So whether you believe the claims or not, one thing is clear. This conversation isn't going anywhere. Because as long as LeBron keeps playing at this level, people will keep asking the same question. How is he still doing this? And depending on who you ask, you'll get very different answers. So now it's your turn. Are these claims just noise? Or is there something people aren't seeing? Backhand index pointing down. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more real, simple breakdowns like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Fire.